right, hang on. It's gonna be a
Stuck.
braiding show for a second.
It's totally stuck. Ow. Ow.
Yep, it's completely knotted in there.
Mom!
It's not really Mom's fault.
I didn't knot it in there, did I? How could I knot it in there?
Hopefully we don't have to.
Ow!
Sorry.
Dad. Ow!
Hang on, hang on.
Hurts. Ow!
Okay, good. We're making progress.
Ow!
We're almost free. We're almost free. Boogie woogie rock and roll. Woo! There we go. We did it.
Yay!
What do you need?
That hurt a lot.
Milk in your water bottle? I'm not putting milk in your water bottle. You can, hey Ella, can you get her water bottle down from the top of the dresser so she can have it? Boogie woogie rock and roll! Not yet. Don't worry. Soon. Hi, Otis. Always cutie Otis. That reminds me of Milo and Otis. Great movie. Hey, bro, to you, Yasser Beck. I'm gonna sub. Oh, thank you so much. Zuck? Yes, I am secretly the leader of Facebook in a, pedestrian, middle-class home and have a bunch of kids. He does have a lot of kids, I think. No, not a lot. I think he may have a couple. Hi, Shiv King. Hi, Asta. Get a haircut, you hippie? Yep, I know. Ooh, we can do Enter Sandman. That's something new. I don't think I've had somebody request that yet. That's a good request. Der Flowwalzer. I don't know. Domination by Pantera. Wow, thank you. Hello. Yes, hello back. Summer Joe Hisashi. We could probably do that. I'm going to play a little bit more of this and then we'll get to some requests. Thank you. Oh, thank you. All right, hold on. Wait. Oh, we're good. You want to listen to Der Flowwaller. The 4-5-3-6 question is also called the Royal Road progression in Asia, used in anime themes. Interesting. Love you, bro. Love you back. To comedy YouTube short. Play the 4-5-3-6 progression. Talk about that. Hi, Prasix. All right. Enter Sandman. Yeah, we'll get to Enter Sandman. I'm gonna finish this part and then we'll do. Thank you so much for the help. I have learned some classical, not panting well, but getting there. Playing well. Hello, bro. What's going on? I'm playing some classical, but I'm also willing to do some requests and answering questions. Hand crossing sometimes tickles my brain. Un suspiro, for instance. Yeah, the hand crossings are crazy. Let's do this chord progression. Let's do Enter Sandman. Said 4-5-3-6. Yeah. Somebody pick a key. We'll pick a key. I'm a drummer. Ethan, that's sweet. Oh yeah. Well, actually, here I'll do. Here's one. Yes. Thank you, Rootvish. I mean, you could stick around too if you like music, but if you need to move on, that's fine. Okay, we'll do it in E flat major. I was gonna do it in the Peaches key, but we'll do it in E flat major. I don't know off the top of my head a ton of anime, but just throw something out there and I'll try playing it. Love Music Man? I know, I'm just giving you a hard time. Is that an electric piano? Does it sound like an electric piano? Because I don't think it does. Thanks. We'll probably get to Moonlight Sonata. Everybody loves Moonlight Sonata. We're gonna do Enter Sandman. Maybe we'll do some Minecraft in a bit. Okay, just 2 seconds. All right, sorry, I have a lot of children and they're generally doing well, but once you start doing something other than that and they were happy, it's the moment that they decide that they need a lot of intervention. There we go. Yeah, we should make it into a game. is this? It's Enter Sandman. Hedwig's theme? Ooh, okay. I want to answer that question. I don't actually know Hedwig's theme that well, but it's kind of funny. All these songs are actually in the same key. I want to look up, I forgot the beginning of Locomotive Breath, so we'll look up music for that. Okay, can I play the Man of Steel theme? Megalovania, yeah, we could do that. Schindler's List, yeah. Hey, Jack Bailey, amazing, thanks so much. Okay, hand independence. Let's talk about hand independence. There is a million different ways that you can practice hand independence. Hey guys, go get on stuff to go outside. Outside's a great idea. Get stuff to go outside. All right, Minecraft. Yes, we can talk about Minecraft. Yes, Katet21, sweet. Love your videos. Thank you so much, Sanket. Yeah, I do my best. Okay, so let's talk hand independence. First of all, the most traditional approach would be doing like a invention by Bach, right? Right? Something like that. That could give you a real good idea of how to do hand independence. If you want a more modern idea of it, though, I think one of the best ways to do it is start out with a very simple accompaniment pattern in your left hand and then soloing in your right hand. So, okay, I wanted to ask what your practice routine is. We'll get to that in a second. We'll finish about the hand independence, and then we'll play some music, and then we'll talk about practice routine. So don't let me forget it. Let's say you're in G major, right? Right, we're in G major. Thanks so much for the sub. That's awesome. Awesome, Sparkicus. That's great. Trying to arrange Elvis Presley's Jailhouse Rock for piano, guitar, and bass. We can talk about that too. I'm from the Midwest. Bohemian Rhapsody. There you go. Don't know how to play the piano? Okay. Let's trade hands. Yes, I will say, there's a lot of stuff I don't feel like I'm gifted with. Hand size is one, though. I have really, really large hands. So, anyway, we got G here. I'm just going to play a G, and then I'm going to solo with my right hand. Any note in this key, right? Now, I could make this harder or easier depending on what I want. If I simplify and I stick with one pattern with the right hand, then it'll make the left hand a little easier, right? So I could do the same thing over and over again, right? Right? And then what I can do with that, actually, Interstellar is a great thing to practice this on. Let's actually pull up Interstellar, because Interstellar would be a great way to have fun with this. And so you get this. What do you need?
Can we use this outside?
Yes, just bring it back. How do the pedals work on piano? We will do Locomotive Breath too. So this is the Interstellar thing, right? And then I have F. Now, if I want to practice getting more independence, I can change up the rhythm and see if I can't get the hands to do different things against each other. So I could do them both eighth notes. I can't button. Or quarter triplets in the right hand. Where's your buttons that you need? So basically, you just end up having this back and forth pattern, and that's really what gives you what you need to be able to, there you go, to be able to go ahead and learn hand independence. You get that back and forth, and that's what you do. Okay, let's do, I guess I'll do a little bit of Interstellar, and then we'll do Locomotive Breath. I know. I already teach my kids, probably in one of the least aggressive way that a pianist does. I barely work with them. I mostly have them practice on their own, and then I teach them a little bit every day. Okay, yes, let's talk about the pedals real quick, and then we'll do Locomotive Breath, and then, ooh, sweet. I found the intro, because I know the intro, but it's been a while since I played it, so I need a little bit of help. What was the last bit of the song? That's Interstellar. Megalovania, please. Okay, let's talk pedals real quick. So, you got 3 pedals. Now, the only pedal that actually matters is that right one. That right one is called the sustain pedal, and that sucker holds all the dampers down. So if you look inside the piano over here, you have these things on top. These are called dampers. When they push down, yeah, I was making up stuff at the end, Cook. So that's why that sounded a little bit different than Interstellar I was making up. These are called dampers. Wow, I need to dust this. And the dampers shut the string off. They kind of mute it. It's kind of like putting a hand over someone's mouth. And so it shuts it up. And so when that pedal's down, every single one of these dampers is raised. And so that ends up being the case. Now, the other 2 pianos, like 1911, I think. That's what year the piano is? Yeah, it's old, I know. That's the only pedal that really matters. The one on the left, which doesn't even work on this piano, is called the soft pedal. And in the case of a grand piano, you see how there's 3 strings there? It turns it, oop, maybe it's not gonna, you can sort of see. There's 3 strings in there. It turns it into 1 string. No, it's not really worth a fortune. Unfortunately, most pianos actually degrade in value quite significantly as they get older. And then the middle pedal is called the sostenuto pedal, and it's very strange. I'll briefly describe it, but to be honest, it's not really worth understanding unless you're getting quite advanced. And it's different on an upright versus a grand. On an upright piano, it's called the apartment pedal. And the apartment pedal just puts a piece of felt on top of the strings, and it's a pain. It's not worth it. And then on a grand piano, what it does is it holds down any particular note that you feel like holding down. So, yeah, just for practicing. But to be honest, I have a big beef with, I have a big beef with apartment pedals. I think they're a waste. Yes, of course. No, I think they're a complete waste of time because here's the deal. It takes away the resistance and then it, the resonance, but the volume is still there. And if you have your piano right up next, no, that's more just general stains on there. There's definitely blood stains on here. I do bleed on keys pretty regularly, but I don't think that's exactly blood stains on these. I used to stain the pianos at school quite a bit red. Okay. I'm from the Midwest, Chicagoland. All right, here we go. Let's do some locomotive breath. Okay, hold on. I have somebody who can't get outside. Yes, it was my blood. No, I'm not doing some sacrificial. Yeah, you're fine. Here we go. We're putting on some gloves. Putting on some gloves.
It's the wrong way.
Yeah, you got it. Get your thumb in there. There you go. Beautiful. All right, go have fun. It's snowy here, so the kids need to get outside. For Elise, part 3, are you talking about the repeated note part? Answer that, and then we'll get back into that. I'm gonna do a little more songs. So we're gonna do locomotive breath. If you are not familiar with Jethro Tull, old Jethro Tull, amazing. As Ian Anderson has gotten a little older, is a little less more questionable. Quite right, but that's okay. I just can't remember this as well. Ooh, that's pretty close. That's the fun part of it. Experience, we could get into that. Almost everybody requests that, which is fine. It's a fun tune. Okay, let's answer a couple more of these questions. Thank you so much, Katet. Rock 'em on and off second. That's one that I probably put in the La Campanella camp of I'd need to practice it a lot for it to be fun with that. Okay, how long does it take for someone to get on your level? Yeah, I can shout you out, Louie. That's fine. So here's the deal. Do I play jazz? Yes, I do play jazz, Kenton. Throw something out there. Nachstuhl number 3. Not familiar with that, but we can track it down. Do you need something, girl?
Yes, my dart.
Your dart? Okay, look around. Any tips on how to pedal? My professor says I need to pedal after I play notes. Correct. That's totally correct. All right, let's go one thing at a time here. No, I don't like Roblox. I'm definitely outside the age group for Roblox. Okay, one thing at a time. How long? Yes, and I will talk about practice routine. Can you shout out my brother's YouTube channel? I mean, I can, for sure. Much love. I'm just going around showing smaller creators love, kindness, and respect. Hey, Marie. Thanks so much. Duke Ellington. Yeah, we can do some Duke Ellington. Yeah, we can get into some experience. Don't worry. Okay, one thing at a time. Practice routine. I'm gonna make this super simple for you. Keep pushing, keep grinding. Thank you so much. Exactly, no. Okay, so I'm just gonna write this down really fast so I don't forget what to talk about. Practice routine, how long to get good, and then pedal technique. Okay, so let's talk practice routine real fast. I have a ton of experience. I teach privately. I've never taught at the college level, mostly because I don't want to go and get my master's and PhD. I already know most of that stuff. I'm not exaggerating. I took graduate level classes during my undergrad. It's just a pain. School is a pain. It's great. Don't get me wrong. Stay in school. But once you can be out of school, that's a funner world. Okay, so practice routine. Here's what I would say. This is about 90% what I do, but you have to understand, everybody's at a different stage of life. So don't just take it and go, this is what I need to do. Playing music, yes. Playing music is my full-time job. Now a little bit of social media management too. Kind of transitioned that recently with the kids. I want something where I can stay at home. So yes, we'll get to experience. I'll write that down too so I don't forget it. Okay, so start with the scales. Do all 12 scales. Don't shortchange it. Set a metronome. We're going to set a metronome right now. If this is boring to you, you went to the wrong channel because I love to explain stuff. We're going to set the metronome at 100 BPM. Here we go. Quarter notes. I'm not going to do 4 octaves at this, but it's a great idea to do 4 octaves at this. What type of pianist am I? I'm an everything pianist. And then 8 notes. And then do triplets. And then 16ths. Then the next scale. But we're not going to do that right now, just to give you an idea. So that is going to be your baseline. You do that, it's not a Steinway, it's a Lyon and Healy, but thanks. You do that, and you do that for all 12 scales. Now, you were saying that you have a hard time with both hands because it is not really lining up. What you would want to do then is you would want to maybe isolate and just think about one hand and then work on that and then go from there. I'm seeing Bad Piggies. I'm seeing How to Train Your Dragon. I'm just writing this stuff down. I may not get to all of it. I'll pull up Experience. We'll do that next. Ludovico. I had a nicer copy of that somewhere. There we go. I found it. Okay. Thank you. So you were talking about practice routine, and I started with scales. And that's because, to me, the scales are the way to go. In these days, I have very little time to practice. And so I almost always spend most of my time on scales. The second thing I do after scales is I'm going to go directly to an easy win. A place that I can get an easy win. So that's going to be a technical passage that I'm working on that I can practice a couple times and really get better. So for example, on the piece I'm working right now on this list, I may go to this left hand playing these octaves. And close my eyes, practice eyes closed. Practice eyes closed a bit. And then try it eyes open. And then that way I can get a lot better really fast. And then I may be done. So like a lot of times with my current life, how busy it is, maybe just 25 minutes in a day. Like seriously. Because again, I just don't have the time right now with all my kids and everything. What I used to do when I was trying to get really good, going back to the other person talking about how long to get good, 4 to 8 hours a day, like no joke, 4 to 8 hours. If you really want to get good at piano, you're going to have to put in the time. It's a lot of time. Yep, let's do experience, and then we'll talk about how long to actually get good, because I've got thoughts on that. 4 to 8 hours, not 48 hours. That's not enough time in the day. We could do River Flows in You. Ooh, weather report. Yeah, we can do a weather report. We also want to talk about Duke Ellington. We were going to do that. Mess around so we can get out of that, so we can keep rolling. Again, with this amount of push through, we're trying to hit a lot of people's interests. Thanks. Yes, I know. I'm sorry, Bunny Channel. We're gonna keep moving on. When you're working on that one, what I would say is go slow. I know it's a pain because it sounds great when it's fast, but go slow and you'll make a lot of things. Mi, sol, si, sol. And then repeat it 4 times, but each time it gets on 2 notes down. I mean, yes, that's kind of what it is.
Dad, I can't go over, but could I go get a shovel from the garage? Please, Dad, because if I step on this hard ground, I'm slipping a bunch.
What's going on?
Could I go get a shovel from the garage?
The shovel is right here by the door. Here, I'll bring it to you.
Not a shovel, I meant some sleds.
If you can grab them, go for it. Then take your shoes off, hon. Take your shoes off. How to play triplets. We're gonna add that to the list. I'm trying to go one thing at a time here. We're kind of going back and forth between a song and something else. Bad Piggies, I pulled that up. We'll mess with that in a second. We're gonna do some Duke Ellington. We'll play some jazz. Got to do some jazz. Practice around 11 hours per day. I mostly do etudes because you can learn technique at the same time. Yeah. How do I start reading musical notes? I'm relying on C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C alphabet series for it right now. We can definitely get into that. Okay. How long to get good? It really depends on what your definition of getting good is. If you just want to play out, Weather Report, there's more than one song of Weather Report. You're going to need to be a little more. Are you talking about? There is no such thing as good enough. You're saying 4 hours per day is good enough. It really depends on what you're trying to accomplish. So let me get back to how long to get good. If you want to go out and play gigs for money and play music for fun, I'm going to say around probably 2 hours. If you're really serious about it, if you did 2 hours a day and at least once a week, if not twice a week, you played with your buddies and you were focused specifically on learning pop and the general musical skills just to play out, you probably could get to the point where you could play out in like a year from a beginner. I'm dead serious. Classical is going to be at least 4 years, I would say, until you get to the point where you could give a recital and feel really good at it. I'm trying to be both encouraging and optimistic, but also realistic because I don't want anybody's heart to be broken. If you started practicing seriously tomorrow, you'd never played classical before, I'd say around 4 years, and you could really get there. In terms of how much time every day to spend to get there, it really should be determined very similar to exercise. Like, let's say you wanted to become a marathon runner. The best way to do that would not be to go outside right now and run 4 hours. That's not going to get you there. You're going to be so sore the next day that you're not going to be able to do anything. So instead, you would go outside and you'd run. And this is what I used to do when I was getting better at running. You run until you go, can I actually run back? And the moment your brain's saying, I'm not going to be able to make it back, I'm going to have to walk on my way back, you just turn around and you run back. And then the next day you go, can I go another block? And then the next day you go, can I go another block? It's very similar with practicing. Your brain is going to start sending you signals and it's going to go, hey, buddy, I'm done today. And if that happens, you go, okay, yep, we're done. And then the next day, can you commit again? If you can't commit again the next day, you probably did too much the day before. And so you kind of need to pull it back. So, do you need to practice reading notes first before playing piano? Absolutely not. I love reading notes, but you don't have to. I play specifically for my channel background music. You guys are free to check it out. Cool. I'm in the United States, and so there's no certifications in the United States. I mean, I have my degree, piano performance. This live makes me uncomfortable. Wonderful, Rojo. Be uncomfortable. We're talking about music, talking about things. Are you LCM or ABRSM? Are those certifications? I think they are. RSM, Royal something music, maybe? I can't remember. How do you center yourself when you're stressed out? That's a good question. A lot of it comes to music. A lot of times what I'll do is I'll just sit down and literally go. Making it up. I'm just making it up. And like a lot of times that's how I do it. I start with chaos, and then go from there. My pinky finger doesn't hurt. Quick little thing, and I really need to be careful with this. I don't want anybody to get hurt. Don't hurt yourself. But your fingers, they got muscles in them. Not really in the finger, but in your forearm. And if you really want to challenge yourself and get better, practice to the point that it hurts just a little bit. But don't give yourself carpal tunnel. So make sure that wrist is lined up well. Don't have it super low. Don't have it ridiculously high. Let that wrist be level. Avoid sharp pain, but get those little muscles in here, feeling a little sore, and then boom, you'll be happening. Let's see. Rhonda Alaturka, maybe. Phrygian. We could do Sweet Dreams. I'm gonna do some Duke Ellington right now. 61 key keyboard. Here's the cool thing about 61 keys. You actually only need 49 keys to play almost all the Bach inventions. So definitely that. Okay, let's do some Beethoven. Try again from Lie on April. How do I get better at stuff like music and drawing? Because I always want to go to sleep and stop making projects I do. Yeah. Oh, and Beethoven Jr., we're talking about pedaling. So we'll get to that too. Okay, here's the thing. I would say work on unweighted. When you're working on unweighted, almost practice like you're doing a harpsichord. So that means that your technique is very much just your fingers. When you play on an actual piano, you're gonna have to change your technique and use more arm. But if you try that on your keyboard, you're just gonna overplay. Hey, Bon Bon. Yes, I remember that. I remember that. Stop screaming. This is just the way I talk, so too bad. Do I like football? Are you talking about American football or regular? Because both I don't really care for. I just do music all the time. Blizzard on the Way by J. Outhouse. I saw that. I'll throw it on the list. Again, you guys are going fast and furious, so we'll get to what we get to. We're going to do some Duke Ellington right now. Do Is You or Isn't My Baby. This is in a sentimental mood. What do you need? All right, so that is totally Duke Ellington SML mood. I'm gonna get some food out for her, but we can talk while we're going. We were talking about pedal real quick. Let me talk through how to actually pedal, and we can talk about improvise. So here's the deal. Hindi song, you're gonna have to give suggestions. I do not know off the top of my head. No, I'm not making hot cereal for lunch.
Then can I have a bagel?
Yeah.
What's cream cheese?
All right. Pseudo Brazil, hello. Caruso, Laura, Fabian, we'll see.
Lots of cream cheese on it.
So, okay, so let's talk about pedaling. When you pedal, what you're going to want to do is sustain the note out. If you're holding the note, you don't need pedal. Why don't you need pedal if you're holding the note? Well, the damper's already done. Yeah, I'm totally fine. How are you doing today? So if you've got the note down because you're holding it, you don't need to pedal. So when do you actually need to pedal? It's actually before you let go of said note. So what that means is proper pedal is play the note, then push down on the pedal. Ooh, good question. I'll explain that in just a second. Let me finish this talking about this. So proper pedal is you push down on the note, then you push down on the pedal, and then after you push down on the note and you push down on the pedal, then you go ahead and you play play the pedal. Sorry, I'm getting distracted. So you push down on the note, then you push down on the pedal, and then you let go of the note. That's how you do pedal well. So sustain is when you hold the note, when the note just keeps coming out. So there is natural sustain, which is basically how long does the note just echo in the air. And with piano, there's almost zero, right? And then if I hold the note, now the note's held out. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna push down on the pedal, and then I'm gonna let go of the note. So I push down there. Now the note stays there. So for example, like Chopin Enthusiast is saying, so first I push down the note, push down the pedal, and then I'm gonna push down on the chord, up, down. Up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. So every time you play one of those chords, chord down, up, down, chord down, up, down, chord down, up, down. That's the proper way to pedal. A really quick guide. So I'm going to give you two examples, and then that's Prelude in E minor by Chopin. Yes, I'm trying to stream regularly. Prelude in E minor by Chopin. Sweet. So yeah, and I'm playing it by memory. So if I get the chords a little wrong, that's so up, down. What we're going to do is we're going to not pedal very well, and you'll see how messy it gets. So that's too much pedal. That's when you just hold the pedal down the whole time. On the other hand, we're going to let go of the pedal too soon. But before we do that, we're going to go help a small child. Need help getting out? For your stuff? There you go. There you go. You're free. Stand up, foot out. Foot out. Yep. Yeah. Oh, that's no fun. Okay. All right. So, Runaway? Yeah, full time. Full time, absolutely. Okay. So now imagine it's the other way where it's too dry. So that would be when you let go of the pedal or no pedal. I'm exaggerating here. You hear all that space? So what you're looking for is something in the middle. And I'm not going to lie, you're going to really want to be holding those notes down. Thank you, Kevin. Up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. That's what you're really going to want to do. And yes, finger control is huge, 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 huge. If you're not controlling the legato with your fingers, it does not matter how good your pedal is. Yeah, there's a ton of different ways to play that prelude. I would say most people tend to play it I don't know. I've had a lot of students play that piece too slowly. Because if you play it too slowly, you don't get that sense of the melody. So you got two counteracting things that are making that hard to set the tempo of that. If you play it too fast, the chord changes don't connect with your ears and you don't hear every note, right? E minor, you hear the chord? F sharp, half diminished. You really want to hear that? Fully diminished. F7. But then, on the other hand, if you play it too slow then, and you're going... you still hear the melody note? Because I'm not sure I can. Yeah. Always practice stuff with very little rubato first so that you can really establish how the timing is and then change it. Because if you do too much rubato, it's too bleh, all over the place, it's going to really cause a lot of issues. All right, we're going to do this main theme from Bad Piggies, it looks like, because that's what somebody was asking. Hey, how's it going? Hi, I'm from Iraq. Cool. I love how people are tuning in from all over the place. One more for pedaling. The star is to move up on the feet, that same note, right? Yes. Oh, thanks for the nices. Yeah. I like my jacket. Yeah, this is from my brother. I like it too. Yeah, so the star, when you see pedal markings, the PED is going, or the bracket down, is going to be to push the foot down, and then the star is going to push the foot up. Now, I cannot stress this point enough. People who write music think that people who are reading the music are knowledgeable about all the traditions of how to play music. And so very rarely do they give you such accurate markings that you'll be exactly right if you do exactly what they say. You're going to have to almost always use your ears and your information of how to play piano to help you with that. Because again, they're not necessarily going to give you the goods. It's not going to be exactly right if you play it exactly the way they want. Like for example, pedal markings, a lot of times will show the pedal before the note. And it makes sense graphically to put it there. But as we were just talking, you almost never play. I'm not going to say never, but you almost never actually pedal before the note. I wrote a piece once and people on Reddit told me that my pedaling transcription was confusing. I'd love to see it because I don't have an opinion right now. Sold my car for a piano. Well, hopefully that was a good trade. Pianos are pretty awesome, for sure. Absolutely, for sure. All right, we're going to get into a little more things. Ooh, triplets. Let's talk about triplets real quick. So here's the deal. Practicing any rhythm, you want to start with a metronome, and you want to just work on that. So, for example, you set the metronome, and then quarters, right? You showing the piggy away. And then eighths. And then the triplets gonna be 3. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Or you could go up and down. So you'll really want to just practice that solidity there. Korzanowski letters. Wow, we're getting some interesting requests today. I like it. I'm afraid to mention what we're not getting today because then I will summon it. So I've never heard of this piece. This looks good. I like it. Okay, go for it. Okay, all right, 2 seconds. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. All right, well, I need to get rolling for right now. I need to get some food into these kitties and get them some help with other things. But thanks so much for joining. We may get one more stream later today, depending on a few different factors. Again, the consistency is coming from we're shooting for at least doing one a day. The randomness is coming from the fact that I have 5 kids and their schedule is getting more predictable, but they're still young enough that it's all over the place still. So support me by liking, subscribing. I've got long form videos. I got short form videos. If you want anything particular to watch, go over there. We're getting close to monetization to answer your question, Sopan enthusiast. Last I checked, I'm at like 2,200 watch hours, and the way that YouTube does it, it's like a week or 2 behind. So my guess is once it starts counting these live streams, then I'm going to be able to jump really far ahead. You were saying Blizzard. Okay. All right. I know you've asked about this a lot. Oh man. We'll do a little bit of it. Ooh. All right. Let's see. I need a little bit of mental space, and then I'll be able to, we could think about making, I really need to think through how I'm going to structure it. But sure, I will try to get a Discord server over the weekend. All right, we'll do a little bit of river flows with you because they're distracted again. They forgot what they were asking me about. Then we'll be back. All right, the kitties do need food. We're all done for today's Z-Them. Go ahead and follow, subscribe, because I will be back on again either later tonight or tomorrow. What piano do I have and how much did it cost? I got it for free. It's over 100 years old. I got it right before I went to college. Look on Facebook Marketplace. Literally, the cheapest way to get into piano has been for decades. Just buy or buy for like $100 or get for free a old beat up upright from Facebook Marketplace, and then pay somebody to get a tuner to tune it. And that's the easiest way to get it. Now, bring a phone with you or something that can tune, and make sure that the A right here is close to the right note. If it's not close at all, don't buy it. If it's close, buy the sucker if it seems okay. I mean, there's more than that. And then get a bunch of strong friends, bring it back to your house, get a tuner, you'll be set. No one really should be spending $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 on a piano unless you just want to, because that, certainly, like, I'm looking into right now at some point in the next couple of years getting a really nice piano, because I'm to the point in my career where it actually makes sense. But especially if you're just starting out, get that sucker. Also, you can, for about $400, get an okay weighted keyboard. It's not going to blow your mind, but it'll be something. So, options. All right. Again, $400 may sound like a ton of money for people outside of the United States. Here, especially with the cost of groceries right now, it's like, go get a week's worth of food. Well, granted, I have a family of 7, but go get a week's worth of food or buy a keyboard. It's like the same price. So it's expensive, but relatively now it's like not too bad. So, all right. Peace out. I got to go. Bye.